Welcome to Arrogance and Ales. I'm JJ.
I'm Josh.
I'm Trevor.
I'm Faraz.
So what the hell are we doing this week, guys?
So this week we've got two beers. Josh only has one because he refuses to drink anything but his. So
What the hell?
Send me them. I'll drink whatever.
Go buy them. Support local business, Josh.
Oh, I got some. I'll crack something else and do my own little review then.
So we're going to start with Half Acre Crocus. It's one of their one-offs during the year. It is a double IPA, double dry hopped with Amarillo, Citra, Simcoe, and an experimental hop. And of course, there's oats, because, you know, we need the fun.
Rolling in at 8.5. I kind of like that. That's 7 to 8 is my wheelhouse where I do my best work. That 10%'s rough, but tasty. What glass are you guys using?
What you got, Trevor? I have a Collective Arts
Oh,
Psilocybin glass.
look at this. Great minds.
What's
Hey.
up?
No way.
Right, bitches.
I'm using a Two Roads wobble glass. This is the two
nice.
brothers. Sorry, two brothers. Yeah, Two Brothers wobble glass. If you notice it, that never falls over.
I remember getting that at bars and them handing that shit to me. It was like, this seems like a terrible idea. Never spilled. Never spilled. All right, Faraz. Well, here's what I'm drinking since I can't drink. You guys are drinking, but Southern Range Ice Cubes. It's hemp.
Fuck you.
By
That's
the way,
such a good...
did you see the Pizza Boy new Pizza Boy beer?
Or that gummy dick one.
was it that, Trevor? What was it? The pen is mightier, and it looks like penis.
Yeah.
Oh,
They brewed it with those gummy dicks that you can like send to your friends.
Oh my god.
that they use
Yeah.
for bachelorette parties. Yeah.
Who is that a collab with? Was it
Introspective or something?
Ingenious Brewing Company.
Oh,
Ingenious
Ingenious.
Brewing,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ingenious. Yeah, I heard of them, but I've never tried anything from them. I remember a few years back they were kind of blowing up, but I don't know what their deal is.
Yeah,
It's nice and hazy.
This is great. Yeah. Has a lot of juice smell. Actually, I get more of a burn out of this than I did last week with the 10.1s. It might be the oats.
Yeah, you are always sensitive to those.
I don't know why. Josh, in your experience, do oats cause a throat burn?
Depends how they're being used, but they shouldn't. A lot of times you're getting that throat burn is just from something being like too fresh and too green.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a lot of hops. And if it's not balanced well enough with, a nice grain bill, you're going to get that bite. We're using like 20 to 25% oats in our grain bill,
wow.
so a lot, and you don't notice really any bite.
So there's a lot of suspended proteins in there to keep it cloudy and hazy. Does that pack the filter up at all?
We use a lot of rice hulls.
Okay.
Oh, you should hear the brewers at 12%. They fucking hate brewing our stuff. It's just like, dude, this took like 8 hours to mash when it should have taken an hour. Like,
Shit's like glue.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you're literally making oatmeal realistically at that point.
You use your spent grains for breakfast.
Oh hell yeah! You guys don't do that?
Well, the Brewworks was trying to make bread out of it. Remember that?
But
you don't want to go there?
Like pizza dough and pretzels that I've seen. I actually went to one place. I have no idea where I was at. I can't remember. But they made these pretzels and they put grain on it, but it wasn't spent grain. It was literally like fresh grain baked into it. So you bite in the shit. They are like as hard as popcorn kernels. You're
Cracking
biting
your
into
teeth?
on. Yeah, like why would you put? It looked beautiful. Don't get me wrong. The presentation came out. I was like, wow, that is a pretty ass pretzel. And then I go to bite into it and like broke a molar. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it's fucking artisanal, man.
Exactly. Who needs teeth? It's totally worth it.
Hey, just because the pigs eat it, though. Like, they give it to the pigs.
Exactly. Sisters will love it.
So what do you think? Go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
What do you think of the half acre?
I mean, I really think they don't make a bad beer.
They don't.
No,
They honestly
they
don't.
don't make a bad beer.
It's just like, when you were talking about how if it might be too green, or it might not be well balanced, their stuff is just, it's really kind of cool seeing that size brewery still making cool stuff and not just being like, we're only going to make the 7 core we make, and then we're going to make one fake hazy for you. No, they're like, yeah, we'll make a hazy beer. Whatever. We'll make you, here's one for you and 7 for us. I feel like we're that line from Dogma when Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are arguing with each other about making movies. It's the line I always give you, Josh, about IPAs. You make the IPAs so then you can make your 13% fudge stout,
Those sell well too, though.
It really is a testament to Half Acre, though, because Half Acre really is a West Coast style IPA brewery, and they can
based out of Chicago?
Yeah, but they can get into this game and do it well and have traction with it, where a lot of breweries that are as old as Half Acre can't do it. They just can't do it.
But if you look, they're modernizing all of their recipes. Like, when do you see somebody grenade tuna to come out with a completely different beer? Vallejo and Gone Away, 2 of their most popular. They're like, guess what? We're going to take these 6-month-a-year available beers and make them a couple times a year available, and we're going to make Bodum, something completely different,
which is an awesome beer.
More modern to the time. Yeah, exactly. Because it's hazy, it's juicy, but it's still shelf stable. Something that, the big guys get.
Speaking of shelf stable, did you see Victory changed their codes? They're now, even Dirt Wolf and their hoppy beers are a year code, which I was shocked. And they say that they don't taste any different after a year.
Depends on the beer. We've been noticing with our Wandering in the Fog series that very little drop-off.
That's good.
4, 5, 6 months down the line. But it's hard to keep that, and you have to keep things shelf stable. But going back to Half Acre, I feel like they are the kings of that shit. Vallejo, that is an unbelievable beer. Had that 6-7 months after brew date, tasted fresh from the first week. Unbelievable. They are great at making that. So there's ways around making a really nice hazy IPA that's shelf stable, but I don't know.
Even Navajo's the same way. Navajo's great too.
Yeah, that beer's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about us talking about IPAs dropping off and not tasting right after all? Weren't IPAs originally brewed? The old story, the English IPA was brewed with a lot of hops so it could make the trip to India. And
but they were more malt centered with very little like English IPAs weren't very hoppy. They were more malt centered.
Right. Well, and the hops were added during bittering.
Right.
No, not a lot of drunk going on back then.
Very little.
No.
I think Sierra Nevada claims that they were like the first one. It's either Sierra Nevada or Sam Adams claims they were like it's Sam Adams, because they were talking about Boston Lager that they gently dry hop, and they were the originals, OGs of the dry hopping game. But yeah, I mean, those beers held up. You can make a bitter IPA last 6, 12, 2 years, very easily. But when you're adding everything secondary and dry hopping, that's not going to hang around for a long time. So you gotta find a nice
my
balance.
dog needs its vocal cords cut out.
I don't even really hear it.
You don't hear it?
I can hear it.
Oh,
I was just in an interview prior to this, and my dog is literally on top of me on my couch the entire time, fucking barking and howling. Loki. Fresno's Loki, just the entire time, like biting my arm, like, let's go. What are you doing? Let's go outside. Like, dude, chill.
and sometimes it's great, but man, it's all the time.
Get a husky, man. Shit's
Yeah,
wild.
I'm ready to be dogless and petless. Yeah, Half Acre does it right. We went out there. We were out in Chicago a few years ago, and we didn't get a chance to stop in, but they do it. They do a great job.
Do they have
All right.
Do they have a brewery somewhere else besides Chicago?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
But
I
I mean, they probably have a secondary tap room, I would bet. But
Yo, Froz, didn't you say last week that New Trails that Alien Church beer was coming out? The one that looked like Alien Church?
yeah,
It didn't
It's,
come out this week though.
no, it's because it's the same name too.
I
Church
forget
Alien?
the name of it.
No, it's not Church Alien.
No, I know
It
that.
was-
I know.
It was the collab they did with Imprint. I forget the name of it. They used the same name again. They put it on their Instagram, and usually when they put something on their Instagram, we see it in our territory a week, like 4 days later.
Right.
So I was a little surprised. Now they may have been, when they posted it, being like, "This is coming soon," not like "This is available in your tap room." But yeah, it's coming back. I know that.
Well, I tell you, Imprint's one of those hype breweries right now, man. Holy mackerel! The sweet, like, smoogies that they're doing, people wait in line for, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of these sweet bombs that tons of people wait in line for that explode in your car. I'm sorry, Braz. I'm sorry.
Keep it cold.
What's that?
You gotta keep
Yeah,
it
you got to
cold.
keep them. You got to keep them at 34 degrees, or else they explode in your car. I get you. I don't know.
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Yeah. I know they're
Record, I
popular.
love the Imprint guys. I love those guys.
I don't even know them. I just know they get a lot of people down there.
Oh no, man.
Around.
I mean, listen, hype is hype, and they make a good. I mean, they make a good beer. Would you call it shelf stable? Probably not. But I mean, hell, Magnify even like leaned into it with their trade proof, which they
Right.
literally just put on the label, made with Puree or Puree, God dang it, after fermentation. So they're like, hey man, try to ship this somewhere, and it's gonna blow up. And we
Yeah.
even
Get a
put.
pasteurizer.
Well, true.
Yeah.
True. We don't all
Got-
work on multi-million
something
dollar
in the
systems,
works?
Josh.
Got something in the works.
I enjoy it. I enjoy the beers that blow up. If you go to my Instagram, I have a lot of videos of beers we found at the store that I throw in the pallet wrap, and I slow motion it and watch the cans fly around. It's fun.
I'll tell you
You
what.
really? That's awesome. That should be a segment of this podcast.
I got some
Just
good
like-
ones. Man. I got some
I'll
good
tell you, we have cans
Right in the
blow up.
middle, we'll take a break and just an exploding can.
We have
Trevor,
cans
what
blow
blew
up
up
more
this
now
week?
than ever. It's
Yeah,
cra-
it's crazy.
The other day,
I mean,
I'm not going to say the
sours and
brewery
shit like
because
that, or-
I don't want to piss anybody off, but the one
It was
I'm cleaning
abomination.
up out back, and we had these cans that were tight as hell, and they were sitting there, and I knew they were ready to blow, and I barely touched one, and it freaking blew up all over me, and it's crazy anymore.
So when I moved, I had all of this homebrew shit that I have been stockpiling for, I don't know, 8 years. Like the first batches of Abomination that I ever brewed. Bottled, just sitting there. Dude, they were like grenades trying to move all this shit. Like I literally was scared for my life, bagging everything in like the highest mill garbage bags I could get, tying them up, throwing them in the back. I'm like, people would probably pay money for these. And I'm like, well, I'm going to fucking literally full hazmat suit throwing this stuff away. Like, at least it's cans now. Just blow out the top, and beer's gonna go everywhere. That was like bottling days. Those were scary,
dude. Yeah, they went like Mount Vesuvius, man. Those things went freaking sky high.
Oh yeah, like tenfold on a champagne bottle.
Yeah. Remember the Southern Tier? Were you there, Faraz, when the Southern Tier Pumpkin Nitro blew up? I think you were there, weren't you?
I was there. Yep.
That thing sounded like a shotgun.
Oh, yeah, it was like a gun went off. Yeah.
That was a bottle.
We all like hit the
That was
ground.
a can.
It was a can.
Holy shit! Really?
I don't think I've ever seen a bottle blow at the store anyway. Cans
Yep.
all the time.
JJ loves to tell the stories of all the eclipses
Oh, I won't buy
because he
another.
searches the internet for hours.
I won't buy another.
Fraz, there's probably eclipses still sitting down in the fucking basement of Cork and Cage right now, dude.
There's not. There's not.
Has anybody Has anybody had the banana fritter eclipse? Have you had it for us?
Yeah, on draft.
On draft. Yeah,
It was
I'm
awesome.
tempted to buy one of those, but JJ's stories scare me away. So
Those are the old bottles, not taken care of. These are the smaller ones.
What do you mean? It was new. I bought it freaking new.
Yeah, a long time ago, yard. I don't know. No idea. I'm just gonna drink my.
How about those cease and desist bottles that just recently came out? Did you see those?
No, I
From
didn't.
Who is that? The Evil Twin?
oh
Or no,
the,
Omnipolo.
yeah.
Oh, what is that?
Cease and
Oh,
Desist is a brewery.
No, a Yellow Belly. Yellow Belly.
Yep.
bro.
Oh,
Yellow
yeah.
Belly.
Yeah.
That beer is
That beer's
delicious.
phenomenal.
Have you guys tried any of that? Whatever. I don't know if it was a new batch, if it was something that was sitting around, or which I feel like I probably should now since I'm involved
had
with
one of
all of
those-
them. But
Once we got it was fantastic. I like.
Yeah,
The-
those are great.
Yeah.
I
Yellow
love-
Belly Sunday was one of my favorite stouts. We drank that shit together, Faraz. Remember that?
Yeah,
It was
but
incredible.
it's the only beer ever that I think I liked the non-barrel aged better. I thought the barrel aged was amazing, but I thought if you're gonna make a Butterfinger stout, I don't need the vanilla and those rich notes of the barrel. I just want a Butterfinger stout, and so the basic stout was just straight up liquid Butterfinger.
Yeah, it's decadent, man. It's awesome.
There were local places that would uncloak them, I guess. Decloak them.
They
The sour.
they like ripped all the paper off the bottle and it was like that's like the best part of the not the best that it is a really good beer. So
Oh, it's
it
a
is
great part of it.
but the beer is fantastic. But like why would you I don't know, why would you I don't know.
Also, from like a production standpoint, how the fuck did they put all of those bottles in those wrappings? Like that had to be such a process. Like I cannot even imagine.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Seriously.
when-
Everybody puts it so far, like they take so many steps back from the actual process. I'm just like, I know what goes into like canning and bottling and all this shit. And like somebody probably literally sat there and did
definitely.
hundreds of thousands of fucking of these bottles. And it's just wild.
Because the top is like you can feel the top was twisted by hand, so it's like somebody definitely
yeah.
did that.
It's
The,
crazy.
What was the brewery that gave them a cease and desist on that? It was an English
I don't
brewery,
think-
right?
No, it was the KKK.
I don't think it was a brewery. I think it was a.
No, I read it online. It was an
No.
English. Really?
Mm-mm. Go look it up. It's the political arm of the KKK. It's
Trevor, you and
Whatever
I
they-
looked that up, didn't we?
Yeah,
I thought it was
no,
I
I'll
thought
look
it
it
was
up.
another brewery that had a name similar to that.
I thought it was Buxton.
We need a fact
Was
check.
it Buxton?
Although
They-
for us,
they
I
made-
would believe your story too. I don't know because
They make that beer at Buxton.
It's an English
Yeah.
brewery, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's made in at Buxton. Are we getting a live fact check right now?
I would
Yeah, I
I would be
got
happy if they would keep making the beer. I don't even need the the paper on the outside. Like the beer is
My next question was, how did they re-release that beer 2 years later after it was already cease and desist? Is that the same
Because-
batch?
Yeah, it was. They had already brewed that batch when they got the cease and desist, so they agreed to only release that last batch, and that's why the new label has final batch, or
Yeah,
what's
it
it say?
does.
Like,
Yeah, but didn't
something-
it say that on the last one?
No, they haven't put anything out since then.
Yeah, this one said
Oh, okay.
final label. This one said final batch or something like that.
The way they
Yeah,
put
I haven't-
cease and desist on the label almost looked kind of gimmicky too. Like it was kind of, I don't know. It
Well, it
was-
looks like it was an afterthought. Like they had it packaged already. This is
Right.
what I was thinking.
What,
And
kind
it
of
was
like
just
the Who's last
oh,
tour?
Fuck.
So, fact checking. I'm wrong. You
Okay.
two are right, which is not a saying I'm going to say much of this.
Got it on film, dude. Sorry, Farad. I can edit
That's all
this
right.
out. You're being wrong. I can edit that out.
Was it Buxton?
No, it's Bateman's.
Oh,
Bateman's
okay.
Brewery
Okay.
said they first began brewing a yellow belly beer 20 years ago as a vanilla pale. And people from Lincolnshire, the town where Bateman's Brewery is, are colloquially known as yellow bellies.
Wow.
Why the F would you want to be called a god?
That's wild.
Yeah. Although in Lincolnshire, they make some good cheddars. Whatever it's worth.
You're such an Anglophobe, JJ.
That doesn't seem like grounds to file a cease and desist.
They're just
Yeah.
bags.
Yeah, they just want to be dicks. I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of times these cease and desists, it's like Rudolph versus Mad Elf. It's Rudolph's revenge.
That was a huge thing.
No, they got.
I
I think they got sued by the person who owned like Rudolph. Like, wasn't it like
Yeah.
Rudolph's Revenge? And
Well,
they
then
got
Remember the new label had the finger on it?
a finger.
Yeah, the
Oh,
middle
wow.
finger.
It did.
Yeah, the new label has the middle finger. The elf has the middle finger pointing down if you look at the new label.
Oh, I didn't never even notice that. I'm kind of offended. No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Are we ready, gentlemen?
We got to do a little chug video to get ready for the next one?
Oh, I'm sorry. Fucking rookie bitch.
Yeah, well.
So I haven't tried this since
Good one.
release day. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yo, this pours like mud. I love it.
Oh, it's fucking thick.
Should I roll this can first? I don't know.
It's thick with 3 C's, dog.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, no, I won't.
It's viscous.
Yeah.
It's viscous.
NW40.
Yeah, this beer is blackout juice, so get ready.
The head retention is nice on it. It's nice and thick.
Yeah, we boiled this for 5 hours, I believe, which everyone was
What?
real excited about. Oh,
That is fantastic.
That's super long.
You boiled that
Brass.
for 5 hours?
5
super
fucking
long.
hours.
Where was this brewed at?
North Haven, 12%.
I get marshmallow. Is there any marshmallow in there?
I smell marshmallow right away, like when I'm right off the bat.
So thick.
And chocolate, of course. So there's definitely some cocoa in there.
Yeah, so it was cacao nibs, midnight wheat, chocolate pale malt, lactose, vanilla,
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
real thick.
oh,
Dude, I love it.
that is decadent. Not the brewery. Not the beer. Decadent. That is.
Yeah,
Wow.
real
That was
happy with that.
Liquid cake. Holy moly.
It is like cake. It's like drinking a German chocolate cake or something like that.
And I'm not
Yeah.
tasting I'm not tasting 13.2.
No, it tastes like it's 7%. There's no bite at all. Like it's wild. I'm very happy with how this beer came out. So thick. We wanted it to pretty much be chocolate birthday cake.
And that's what it is.
Fudgy. Yeah. It literally tastes like you're drinking cake batter.
Link.
Fraz, you're awfully quiet over there. I want to hear your take on this.
Dude, it is one, I left a can, so don't drink that. I gotta make sure I get that back since Evan ain't oh no. It's like $8, bruh. I mean, it's not like, my boy didn't send me my gift package case. I'm out in the streets buying these.
Is there any left at 31st?
No, but you're getting one.
We're getting a case next week, AJ.
What's that?
We're getting a case next week.
Oh, good. Was that on a pre-order?
Yes, that you didn't order.
I fucking hate pre-orders.
I know.
Trevor and I disagree on that.
No, Josh, it's awesome. It's so
great.
It's so ridiculous. And if I finish this all without giving my wife some, she may divorce me a day after our anniversary. So, yeah, happy anniversary, sweetheart. And this is honestly,
one of the best dessert beers I've had in a
Absolutely.
long time. Good.
Diabetes in a can. Thank you.
We wanted to round it out a little bit, though. Like, I feel like you get a nice roastness, like that dark chocolate as well. Like, it starts off super sweet, but then, like, get, like, a vanilla in between and then, like, this really nice roasty finish. Like, I don't know.
When you say super fudgy, like, that is...
Oh, it's spot on.
Super fudgy.
Yeah, I think this is the best stout we've ever made, hands down.
Yeah, that's good.
Ooh, Fraz is thinking. Fraz, really it brings it back to the OG days of like what we were doing before, because we're finally able to reproduce what we were producing on a small scale. Like, we're getting into that, we have awesome brewers at 12%. We have awesome people to talk to and figure out how to scale these things properly. And, I think we're finally getting into that rhythm of, yeah, these were the beers that we were making in my basement in my garage fucking 4 or 5 years ago. Like, this reminds me of OG Midnight Snack. Like, for sure. It is just that thick, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get back to that level, and we're doing that with all of our IPAs and stouts now. So, next is sours.
So are you you already do kettle sours. Are you talking barrel-aged sours?
Well, we started a barrel program that we got some stuff sitting in wine barrels right now. We got some stuff sitting in stout barrels. We're gonna kind of blend. We're gonna blend them and go down the line and make some weird shit with that. But
are you using Brett?
No.
Good.
Thank you. He doesn't cheat much.
I fucking hate Brett. I think Brett is the worst thing you could ever add to a beer.
I think if you have a complex enough beer with like sweetness that covers up the Brett and the Brett just adds to it, you can get a good beer out of it. But a lot of these people just rely on Brett, and it's like, oh, this is a Brett aged blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, all I fucking taste is Brett. Like, it's bready, weird.
If I wanted to chew on a diaper, I'd go to the fucking store and buy a diaper. Like, I just I don't get it. I don't get it.
There's ways to do it if you have a beer that's got enough like backbone, but a lot of these guys, it's like, oh, let me make a Goza that's 7% and just fucking throw Brett in there. Like, okay, well, there's no fruit. There's nothing going on. All I taste is Brett. I taste this like weird hay, barnyardy, like, and it doesn't go well when it's just that. But if you got enough like complexity going on, you can make it work. It's not my favorite, but we don't have Brett going on just because it's a bitch to brew it too. It's going to take over everything. So we got some wild yeast going. We got some cool stuff going. We did a couple collabs a couple months prior to COVID-19 that are set to be released the next like month or two. So it's kind of cool. Like, this all sucks, but seeing some stuff that we've brewed a year ago getting released. Like that was our whole thing a year ago. We really wanted to start this like barrel aging program, just getting like wild stouts, whatever going on. So
are you talking like a Wecken stout? Like a sour stout?
no, all the sours that we did were just typical sours.
What are you,
but some
Faraz, your face is hilarious.
barrel aged.
You're like,
stout.
like what the?
I feel like the
Oh,
time
yeah,
for
that
sour
was-
stouts is unfortunately over.
Yeah.
Oh
See
my
anybody
gosh.
other
It
than like
lasted like
Heart
a
of
minute.
Darkness.
Am
Thank
I
you.
Heart of
There's
Darkness
one.
was huge
It's
for a
called Heart of
second.
Darkness. It's called
No,
Heart
we
of
made
Darkness.
one. I'm not allowed to talk to strangers, or I'm not allowed to talk to neighbors. I don't even remember. It was a weird one.
It was Strangers. I didn't like that one. No, we don't talk
Oh, that
about
one's
that.
coming.
I mean, come on.
That beer's coming back. Sam Heimer made a label. It's gonna be a regular bougie ass dessert stout, but
There we go. Good. Lord.
yeah, like 18% regular.
I mean, the kettle sours are good. The kettle
I'm
sours.
sorry. You're gonna let him get away with 18%? That's like regular. You just gonna keep on going there on that one,
Sneak that in there.
acting like he's
No.
dogfish all of a sudden. What's up, Sam?
Dude,
How
we're-
you doing?
Slowly just climbing up that ABV rail as much as they'll let me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I
why
sent
not?
in like 29% ABV concepts. I'm like, come on, this would be perfect.
So-
Let's do it.
So what kind of yeast strain do you use when you get past that 12, 13% range? Do you use champagne or some other yeast strains?
No, I mean, we use London 3. That's a really durable yeast and comes out perfectly. That's what was used in this stout. Once we get higher than 20%, we're going to have to reconsider.
Yeah.
But
You're gonna have to do all the ice stuff that Brewdogs does.
no, there's
distilling
ways
at that
around
point.
it. Dude, they fucking just like freeze off and then like scrape off the alcohol and then just like keep doing that and doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's like distillers do, because he's like a genius level weirdo brewer.
who, the guy from Brewdog?
Yeah,
Dude, I'm pissed. We were supposed to actually host an event out in Brewdog, Switzerland, I believe. And, well,
Scotland.
not happening anymore. No, they had spots in like 100 different countries. It's wild. They don't even like brew in 90% of the places they're at. They just have these weird bars, restaurants.
I was
The
shocked.
place in Columbus, Ohio is insane.
I've heard. I was shocked. Their beer pulls, man. It does. It really does. Even their like normal Hazy Jane and Elvis juice, it pulls. Like I was shocked.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Texas 12 pack.
Dude, those things killed it.
Yeah, people like the
Their
Texas.
stuff is good, but it's like slightly outdated.
Yeah. Well, if you're 2 years ago is outdated now. I mean, it's the
Well, it is. Everybody has to just go with the times and keep. It's unfortunate, and I know a lot of these guys want to stick their guns and brew their flagships, and they want to keep going with that. And it's like,
Yeah, but there's got to be a
changing.
there's
And
got to be a fine
you're-
line. There's got to be a fine line between Evil Twin releasing 900 beers a year and sticking to your core. There's got to be a balance there. Like you can't.
But look at like Brewdog's a perfect example. Josh, what you're talking about is like our old school days when it was like Tokyo and Punked and all those like at the time.
Yep.
Those were their core beers and they were amazing. They don't make
Tokyo, oh
anything
my
like those.
God.
100%. I
Unbelievable.
would love a Tokyo right now. But they don't make those anymore. Now it's Elvis juice and what's the grapefruit one, JJ? You just said it.
Well, it's Elvis Juice and Hazy Jane.
Hazy Jane, yeah. They're awesome.
Elvis
They're
juice, I think
perfectly
it's grapefruit, right?
Yeah, you guys are right. And Hazy Jane, like they're awesome, like core stable beers that they can then still make a taxidermied squirrel and sell it for $2,000.
Yeah. I don't know. Our idea is like, let's make a flagship and make it shelf stable, but it be fucking baller. Like, I mean, realistically, like the Fog was never supposed to be our flagship, but really, that's what's happening.
But I think
So
those things just happen. Those things just happen, though. They don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't like how people like breweries come out and they say, hey, this is our flagship and this is what we're doing and blah, blah, blah. No. Let the market dictate what your flagship
brother.
is.
Amen.
We don't fucking know what our flagship is. Some people come out with 7 flagships. Crazy. You're not even a brewery yet, and you want to put out 7 beers and say these are our biggest sellers? The fuck? Are you crazy? Like,
you're right on the money, dude.
We never had a flagship. We literally just like pumping beer out until one catches, and like the Fog happened to catch. Here we go. There's a flagship. Let's roll with it. But like other than that, our main concern is putting out really good beer.
Ultimately, the consumer will decide it, right? So if the consumer decides what the flagship is, you have to adapt to whatever that is. And these breweries that try to jam flagships down your throat because they want them to be the flagship, they're failing.
Yeah, it's just it blows my mind just as a business model. Like, these are the people you're selling to. You can't tell them what to buy. I'll continue to make the beers that we want to make and what sells and what's going great. And if it's something that sells out immediately every other week that we put it out, fuck yeah, well, that might be our flagship. But I don't know, just coming out the gate and being like, oh, you guys want to drink a raspberry wheat, that's our flagship beer. Like, all right, dude, shut the fuck up.
I'd just like to say that Midnight Snack pairs great with loaded tots.
Oh.
I mean, but Crystal hot sauce? I mean, Crystal? I didn't know we were children. What was it?
Dude, what's wrong with – wait, this is a whole nother podcast, but what's wrong with Crystal hot sauce?
No. Crystal is perfectly acceptable if you are at a restaurant and it's for, let's just say, white people. That is like mayonnaise.
Whoa!
Let's just say.
Fraz, you know what's funny? You made a comment about mayonnaise earlier. Dude, I just bought a bottle of the best sriracha mayo from the Asian market right up the street, dude. And you can suck a dick because they made that shit. Not white people, dog. There's good mayo, bro.
So let me ask you this, Fraz. What's your favorite commercial hot sauce? Commercial.
Hang on,
JJ, he's gonna pull out some weird ass shit that none of us have heard of and be like, listen, this is made in Guatemala. They distribute it in 12 states. One time every 10 months.
He's digging through. Hear the bottles? He's
dude.
digging through. He's got like 15 bottles of hot sauce, and he's going, oh, that stuff is amazing. That stuff is amazing.
Oh, yo, how is that shit?
Oh.
Do you like truffles? It's amazing.
Well, I do, but I didn't want to spend $50 for that fucking pack. But is it worth it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Oh, you got it too, JJ? My concern was that it was going to be too sweet and not actually spicy because it seemed like that bougie.
It's not sweet. It's pretty savory. It's good.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dude.
It looks like they were just
favorite hot sauce, and Faraz brings out 4 different things here.
4 different hot sauces.
This is like nothing. Like Josh has been. We do the Hot Ones Challenge back in the day at the store weekly. And I am a spice lord. You children can keep it moving. But like you want white people, you get the Hanks. It's wonderful. The camo is beautiful. The regular is beautiful. It's some nice sexiness. If you want it, just take it up a little bit a notch, the mumbo sauce. If you don't know about mumbo sauce, it's because, well, you're white. You put it on wings. You put it on everything. It is mumbo sauce from DC. Sexy. Crime, because, well, if you ever drank a bottle of Crime, it is spicy. The hot sauce is aight. And then the Hot Ones Last Dab. Oh, hello.
Oh, the Hot Ones Last Dab. Look at you.
Oh, I eat this like it's normal. I ain't scared of nothing. Like, the people take this and they're like, oh, I'm going to die. No. The bomb on that show is the worst hot sauce any human has ever had to ingest ever. But
so
this
Blair's
is wonderful.
You know Dave Passerman?
course.
Yeah, he brought in a Blair's extract. It was I forget what it was. It was years ago. I forget the pepper he used, but it was an extract from Blair's hot sauce, and it was like a paste, and it was in this tiny little like jar that you could fit like maybe 5 pills in. And I took a dab of it and put it on my tongue, and it was horrible.
Burn.
Oh, no taste, no flavor, just rape your tongue.
What are you unwrapping there for Oz?
Oh, that's it.
Because
That's it.
that's
Oh,
That's
what
it.
it is.
Keep it like wrapped up in your fridge.
Oh, no. This stays away from everything. Because
Dude, that stuff is amazing.
Is that the extract? Is that what you're talking about?
This is the extract. So one, extract is for children who don't understand hot sauces. This is the hottest commercial hot sauce that they make without extract. It's 2.5 million Scoville. It is literally since when? It's the only thing hotter is the new version of this, which is $30, and even I ordered it because I'm that much of a hug. This is 6 million Scoville.
Yeah,
That is
stupid.
two times the Scoville in tear gas.
Yeah.
It's awful.
So what do you need that for?
It's an ingredient. You put honestly, what I do is I make about 2 pounds chili and I put like 3 eye drops worth with like a freaking hazmat. That's why it's got its own wrapped up bag.
Terrible, bro.
Touch it on my skin.
That sounds.
I know.
Yeah, is the flavor good though? I understand.
No,
No, it's just
flavor is awful. No,
Flavor's awful.
You don't taste flavor. You taste burning
Yeah.
on the inside.
yes.
I don't know if that's what I'm looking for. I don't.
No,
Well,
no,
most
that's why
aren't.
you eat this. No, this tastes amazing.
Okay.
Like, that's why if you watch the hot ones, like, all of them take that bite and they're like, oh, this is good.
Brez.
And then it's like that, like, delayed but
Well, you can finish. Sorry.
oh, it's like, it
Did
just
you
takes
ever-
like 3 seconds and then you're screwed.
Did you ever go to the Top 10 Pepper Festival that they have?
I haven't gone to the Top 10 one, but I've gone to a few different pepper fests.
Have you gone to Bowers?
Not
that
I
one?
think-
The one at Bowers is good.
Bowers, the Bone and Bowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even a thing anymore. I went there like probably
Yeah, it's
10
like
years
every
ago at this
September.
point at Top 10. The Top 10 one.
Yeah, I think
Bowers.
it's every September they do it.
It was super cool. Like they had a bunch of like local farmers and shit, but they had the big vendors like that were putting out shit like that. And at the time I tried like a 2.5 million Scoville fucking just whatever. They're like, oh, this is the hottest thing I ever tried. I'm like, yeah, whatever. We're fucking all here drinking all day long. I'm like, yeah, I ate a bunch of peppers. Your peppers ain't shit. Go try it. They're like, you want a cracker? We're like, I guess, but I'm not worried about it. Whatever. Go to eat this. My motherfucking God. Liquid coming from every single hole in my face. We're like laying, all of us, like there was like a good group of 10 of us there. Probably like 5 guys, 5 girls. None of the girls did it, obviously, because they're not idiots. All the guys were like, yeah, fuck you. Hottest hot sauce on the entire planet? No. Fuck out of here. Plus, we've been drinking all day long, so we take this shit. We're all standing there like 20, 30 seconds like, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. 10 minutes later, we're all laying on a fucking asphalt parking lot, crying, throwing up, like all of the bad things, drinking milk. The only thing they had in the entire place was lemonade. Why would you ever set that up? So we're like buying gallons of lemonade, chugging that. It was terrible. Everyone fell asleep at like 3:30 just from like poisoning.
So
Yeah.
we would do the hot ones challenge at work, and all the time people would be like, oh, the last dab, that can't be as hot. That's just fake, like, right? All the celebrities act like it's hot. It would always be like, and we do it every week. So I'd be like, no, it's good. It's just good. It's just good. Here, try it.
Where were you doing this
People
now?
would-
Was that Cork and Cage?
Oh yeah, every week. Every week, I would smoke people out all day long. And then they came out with one level that's even scarier. It's called the Death Peanut Challenge. There is nothing on this planet hotter than that. Fucking smoking Eds, Death Peanut Challenge is made by like sadists who are just like of like another planet of pain. It's the absolute worst. Because also they don't allow you to drink water in between the levels in the challenge, and you have to.
Water makes it worse anyway.
So water does make it worse. Milk helps a little. Josh, ironically enough, lemonade and a lime are counters to the
Really?
acid. The
Didn't
acid
help
cuts-
me.
I will say I can handle a lot of heat up front, but it's the next day I really don't like. I mean, the next
Oh, Lord. Even antacid. Good Lord, people.
No, it ain't that. It's the
Ain't
red
it?
fire, dude. It's the
And a whitey. And a whitey. And a whitey, man. If you ain't down with the white bees at this point in our lives, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Stop being
we're
a
all
child about
there. It all
Thank you.
hurts. It's fine. Yeah, I get more indigestion that night than anything. And I've never gotten like heartburn or anything till recently. So that's been my biggest downfall.
Yeah, well, that comes with age and drinking and
Ross,
poor
Ross,
lifestyle.
where's your favorite place to
Yeah,
get? Do you like wings?
Unfortunate.
Wings? So yeah, that's like very controversial in my house and in general because I don't.
In a 50-mile radius.
Okay. So I can get into Philly. All right, now give me a minute. Who has really fucking big, wonderful wings? You know, fuck. I don't. So my problem is it's twofold. Are you asking me who has the best wings or who has the best sauce? They're separate questions.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I like the way you think about it. I like the way you break this down.
Because there are places with awesome sauce. And their wings, I'm just like, honestly, can we just not buy the
Cheapest
US
wings.
Foods,
Right.
discount where it's like,
I totally know what you mean. Totally know.
I can't. And then it's especially if you have that good of sauce. I'm like, bro, you make the sauce. It's not even like you're just doing, which 90% of, 90% of restaurants, when you go in and order hot wings, it's Frank's Red Hot sauce.
With butter.
Frank's Red Hot.
With butter. Yeah.
100%. And it's just what percentage cut is the mild versus the hot. No.
I just explained that to my girlfriend the other day, and she was literally like, no, I hate all these sauces and blah, blah, blah. And we literally went to the grocery store. I'm like, okay, you hate these sauces? I was like, pick one of these sauces. And I fucking grabbed one, and it was just some random whatever Spanish shit. Mixed it with butter, served her up wings. She's like, oh my God, this is like just like every other buffalo wing I get. I'm like, yeah, because this is all they do. They fucking cut all this shit from the grocery store and give it to you. Like, I worked at lots of restaurants. That's all they do.
Best wings? DC, capital city. And you get it with the mumbo sauce.
Where do I get that around here? Nowhere, right? I got to go there.
No. Honestly, they now sell this at Wegmans.
Oh, do they?
I used to have to freaking order it from DC, but now you can just get it at Wegmans. It was the happiest day. Mm-hmm.
You like smoked wings?
Come on, player. I mean, there was a place that I used to work for, and we opened a barbecue spot called.
I never tried that. I never tried that tea rub, that sweet tea rub.
Oh, when they made the sweet tea rub, c'est magnifique. C'est bon.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had it either. I've heard about it, but I've tried it myself at home, but I don't know if I'm doing it the way. So
no, when they first opened and their first two pit bosses really spent like 3 days on the rub and really, I mean, the freaking wings. You know what? They have the biggest wings. They have some of the best wings. When it's smoked right, I mean, because you don't really get very good smoked wings. It's basically Queen and Grumpy's. I mean, there's nobody really else who's doing smoked wings.
I love.
Oh, no. In Easton, Porter's Pub.
Where?
Yeah.
Club smokes all their wings. They don't deep fry their wings. They're all smoked, dude. Porter's Pubs wings.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Incredible. They have this bacon. Man, I don't even remember what else was on it, but their bacon wings were literally just all that bacon fat just melted into the wings. It was incredible.
Yeah, Porter's does have good wings.
I would vote Porter's, Grumpy's. Oh, Liberty Street Tavern wings.
I like Liberty Street too. Like I think it's just the quality wing and the sauces. Yeah.
Sauces are great. I love the atmosphere. It makes it taste even better.
Yeah. It's good.
Sorry, guys at Bayou. Sorry, QCB. Your wings don't make my top 3 though, dog.
Yeah,
I don't make my top 3 at all.
Wasn't crazy impressed, but yeah, like all 3 you said are pretty good. Grumpy's are probably my favorite.
Grumpy's probably sit on there for at least 3 hours in the smoke.
Yeah,
but JJ, we've made some good wings on your smoker.
It's a tough close with.
It's an Old Bay and Buffalo rub overnight, sitting in a container, and you smoke them for 3 hours with some applewood, dude. They're great.
While drinking beer the entire 3 hours, yes.
Yeah, 3 hours.
So we're all getting together for these wings after.
Amen, brother. Let's do it.
Yeah.
No, screw your amen. How many times did I ask you for wings during last football
John
season?
Dale has my smoker right now. I can't do them. Right now.
Spinnerstown has a smoker,
Oh, I know, yeah, of course, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I've heard there's some
5'7".
I haven't had it, but
They're doing Chipotle smoked wings.
At Spinnerstown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
JJ, are you by Spinnerstown?
Maybe 15 minutes.
These guys are awesome. I know the chefs that are running it now.
Nate,
yep. Yeah, I worked with him at Glassburn 10 years ago. And Spencer, who is their executive chef, I don't know what the fuck he does. He used to work at Bear Creek. I was at every single restaurant, bar, pretty much in the fucking Lehigh Valley prior to all this shit. So it's like I love seeing all these places still thriving and putting out really good food and shit. It's awesome.
Since the pandemic, I guess John bought a Meadow Creek smoker, an indirect Meadow Creek smoker, and was doing barbecue Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And I noticed he was selling out pretty quick. So I called him up and I said, "Yo, I got a trailer with a 275-gallon oil drum that was converted into a smoker. You're more than welcome to use it. I'll just bring it over and you can use it for extra capacity." So this is the first weekend he's using it. It's pretty cool.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Helping people out. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're slinging you some meat on the side, right?
They put on Facebook, Instagram. It was cool.
That's awesome, though. Yeah, those guys are awesome. I remember going there 10 years ago and nothing else out there, but they had incredible beer and incredible food. And it's like, you're in the middle of fucking nowhere and still putting out this.
One of the first places that gave us shit about craft beer and they're a great place, man. Great people.
Yeah, they gave a shit about craft beer before craft beer was hot.
Right. Yeah, they took a gamble, I guess you could say,
And now
Liberty Street.
Yeah, them in Liberty Street. But they've also gotten hurt over the last 2 or 3 years by a lot of brew pubs opening up. And I'm not, whatever. That's the market and that's what it is. But things have changed and they've seen a downfall in business because of the brew pubs opening up.
Yeah, but there's nobody really around them.
I don't know. They're everywhere. They are. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I just mean where they're located is a pretty.
Oh, they got a good spot.
Right off the highway there. I mean, it does suck because they're in the middle of Bumblefuck.
You feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, but you're right off the turnpike, so it's really not that.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to think about it when you're traveling. How often are you looking for something like that and just let me pop off turnpike here and drive 15 minutes for something like that? Rarely. But I feel like they got a good location for a decent amount of people that you don't have much else going on in that
Right.
area.
Yeah, and they're great people. They really are.
I mean, yeah, what do you got? Blommers, chocolate, brown printing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you got. And then Red Hill Ford. That's about it.
Red Hill Ford.
You're 10 minutes away from Emmaus, though.
So, gentlemen, what is your favorite beer to drink with wings?
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Good.
I mean, it's probably pretty simple, but I just enjoy a Pilsner or a lager with wings. Like, just something to wash it down. I don't like drinking IPAs with food a lot at all because I feel like it really kind of takes the taste buds and makes them work on the hops and not the food. So I don't know. I like a lager or a Pilsner with the wings. Yeah, right there, Pilsner or Kel.
Yeah, that
Favorite
would be
Pilsner
perfect.
in the world, man. Fantastic. Good stuff.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I don't like IPAs with food at all. I mean, I do like IPAs a lot, but if you're going to pair it, it's got to be a lager or a Pilsner. And since I like Old Bay so much, a little touch of the Dead Rise would be good for me. Flying Dog Dead Rise.
Oh,
Just
man.
like-
Dead Rise is fantastic. We're talking about pairing a beer with wings.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Do they still make that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Josh, what's your favorite beer to eat with wings?
Ooh, I don't know. That's tough. I think a nice like wheat beer because it's got lime citrus going on. Tends perfectly. Lagers I like, but if it's like a bitter lager, it's gonna kind of bring out that spice, which I like something that definitely like complements it. So definitely chug down some Blue Moons and some wings for sure.
Yeah, I could do that. John, look at Faraz. Look at Faraz's face when you say that.
He's so mad. He's so mad. Dude, they're crafted. Like, I don't know. Look at the side of Abe's building, man. Blue Moon built that place. No, just a good week. I'm absent on a good. Who the fuck makes wheats anymore?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't have a good suggestion for a good wheat beer. Locally, somebody probably makes one. If you guys like wheat beers, find one locally.
So thank you for watching Arrogance and Ales. I'm JJ again. Josh.
I'm Josh.
Trevor.
We need a better send off. That was not good.
So thank you for watching Arrogance and Ales. I'm JJ.
Hey, I'm Josh.
I'm Trevor.
I'm Fries, bitch!